Okay, very good morning to all of you. Just wait for a few minutes. Yet many of the students have not joined yet. Okay, but let it be. We will start. Actually, we are going for now the new chapter, that is macro and its macro processor. So, what is definition of macro? Simultaneously, only one bit of the second chapter is remain, that is the architecture of the IBM PC, which will be means later we will conduct it, and similarly we will show the actual architecture of your IBM PC. Yes. Now moving further for the third chapter, that is macro and macro processor. So anybody knows what is mean by macro? Can anybody tell me what is meaning of an macro? General meaning of macro. Anybody? No one. Yes. Okay, fine. So here we are going for the first condition, what actually the macro is and what that definitely. There is a theoretical concepts overall here in the third chapter. Is it? And one more request to all of you, whenever you are going to join, keep yourself mute and your audio or video also should be shut. If you are not going to respond me, then don't disturb me. Fine. Okay, then for the macro and macro processor, there is some content we have provided. What actually that macro is, it is used in order to provide a program generation facility through expansion. So what it means, that is whenever I'm going to write a code, specifically if it is more than, suppose one of the 10 to 15 lines are again repeating. So for that purpose, I am converting that 10 to 15 lines into a small code. And whenever that 10 to 15 lines of code is going to be generated, that time, that particular 5-line code, I will replace it. And that is nothing but my macro. I am calling macro. Okay. And simply it is built up, or it can be used in writing the PL, that is in program of C++ and C also. Okay. So whenever we are considering the macro and macro processor, they are playing a very vital role in our programming. And mostly when I'm just recently we had concluded with the symbol table. The symbol tableचा जो program होता, तर त्याच्यात आपण काय केलं होतं की कंटेंट लिहिले होते. तर एखाद्या वेळेस मी सपोज एखादा कोड मला जर रिपीट करायचा असेल, तर मी काय केलं होतं, तो जस्ट कॉपी पेस्ट मी म्हणलं होतं. But instead of that also I can write a program, and in that assembly language also I have shown you. So simply wait a minute. I will start the sharing whole screen so that you can also be visible with the whiteboard. Just wait a minute. Is there the whiteboard? Where is the whiteboard? नाही मी माझा whiteboard open केलाय. Just wait a minute. Just wait. I'm not getting that point. let it be. Before that, we will continue with the same what we had with us. Just share the same screen. Okay, similarly, when I'm using that macro, instead of that in the programming, or you can say in the practical session, we will consider the macro function and macro processor function also. So similarly, what is the definition here is that a macro is a unit of specification for a program generation through expansion. You can make it clear that macro, whenever I'm going to ask the MCQ questions, or maybe there is MCQ related to the macro definition, you need to go with this condition, that is a macro is a unit of specification for program generation through expansion. Whenever there is a code of thousands of lines, that time if there is a repetition in the program code, I will definitely call the macro. I will definitely call the macro. So there is a next statement only here. I am showing that a macro consists of name, a set of formal parameters, and a body of code. Yes, I am considering it is having a particular name. Just suppose we are going, if they are considered an example like आता मी fruits म्हणलं तर fruits मध्ये बरेचसे fruits येतात असं आहे का? If I am considering, and in that fruit category I am explaining apple, banana, then watermelon, these all are the fruits. Okay, तो fruit काय झालं त्याचं name झालं. And a set of formal parameters are nothing but I am considering some coding for that purpose. That is nothing but I am calling it as a body of code. आणि त्या पर्टिक्युलर पूर्ण जो कन्सेप्ट आहे त्याला मी एक पर्टिक्युलर नाव दिलं. सो सिमिलरली जे एक्झाम्पल मी दिलं फ्रुट्सच्या अंदर बरेच फ्रुट्स येतात, बट सिम्पली जर मी म्हणलं की बीट सपोज काही फ्रुट्स डिफरंट पॅरामीटर्स मध्ये येतात, काही वर म्हणजे जमिनीखाली येतात त्यांना वेगळं नाव देतात. येस, but when we are roots, when we are considering that root particularly fruit for that particular dimension, then that time I am considering it as a different parameter. So similarly, when I am going to define the macro, मग त्याच्यासाठी एक particular name मी suggest करणार. त्या name मध्ये काय आलं पाहिजे तर त्याच्यात पॅरामीटर्स त्याचे डिफाईन्स असतात, स्टँडर्ड लायब्ररीज डिफाईन्स असतात आणि त्याचबरोबर त्याचा कोड असतो जो मी यूज करणार आहे. कुणासाठी जर माझा कोड लाईन ऑफ कोड हा डिफरंट असेल, लाईन ऑफ कोड खूप मोठा असेल, तर इन्स्टेड ऑफ इफ इट इज रिपीटिंग अगेन अँड अगेन, and for that purpose I will just simplify that code with that macro. So it is used for replacing. You can see here the statement, the use of macro name with a set of actual parameters is replaced by some of the code generated from its body, and that is called as a macro expansion. That is called as a macro expansion because multiple times I am going to use. For that purpose, it is calling as a macro expansion. Means macro is not used only one time, but I am replacing that same code multiple times. And for that purpose, it is calling macro expansion. So macro expansion बऱ्याच वेळेस होतो. म्हणजे there is two kinds of macro expansion. You can say that there is a lexical expansion and semantic expansion. तो lexical जे use करतो आपण, it will replace your character string. लेक्सिकल एक्सपान्शन जर मी म्हणलं, आता मॅक्रो म्हणजे काय की सेट ऑफ युनिट आहे. इट इज अ युनिट ऑफ द स्पेसिफिकेशन ऑफ अ प्रोग्राम विच इज जनरेटिंग थ्रू अँड मेकिंग इट एक्सपांडेड, but and that is called a macro expansion. But macro expansion again defined in two types. The first one is your lexical expansion and second is your semantic expansion. So anybody knows what is lexical analysis? Lexical, where we had used this lexical, for what purpose we had used lexical? Yes, no one? Okay, so lexical is nothing but we are using the lexical units to be get replaced, and here we are using string as a lexical format. We are using here lexical expansion is nothing but I am replacing that strings, character strings जे असतात by another character strings with some program generation, and whenever these parameters are getting replaced then occurrence of the formal parameters are there. Formal parameters are there. So we called it as a lexical expansion, because in lexical expansion only the formal changing, or you can say the replacement of the character strings is done in lexical expansion. And when I am saying that semantic expansion is going to do, semantic expansion is going to be performed, that time semantic means if there is something program which is going to be generated after the manipulation of the bytes and words operand, the bytes and words operands astil, so that time when I am going to replace it, that time we called it as a semantic expansion. We called it as a semantic expansion, and it is differently you can say uses for your macro, because whenever there is an opcode, or you can say sequence or a number, that time when I am saying that opcode is replacing itself, that time it is called as a semantic expansion. And while in the lexical expansion, when I am replacing the character of strings, that is going to be called as a lexical expansion. Clear up to this? Expansion दोन टाइपचे आहेत. Yes, expansion is of the two types. एक पहिले lexical expansion and second is your semantic expansion. तो lexical मध्ये फक्त लक्षात ठेवा, whenever I am going to replace the generation of the character of the string, that is going to be replaced through our parameters of the body and the body of the code. Formal parameters and body of the code whenever going to be replaced by a character of a string, that time I am calling it as a lexical expansion. And when my parameters and body of the code is going to be changed with the sequence, with the numbers and with the opcode, we called it as a semantic expansion. Is it clear? So it is shown here. What is actually here, it is not defined, but there is a two types. But here only given the difference between the macro and subroutine. The macro, use of macro in the macro name in the mnemonic field of the assembly language is nothing but which leads to your expansion. But as if we called as a subroutine, then it leads to your call of an instruction. Call of an instruction which is going to result in your execution of a program, which leads to the execution of your program. Is it? So here they had not given the proper definition of your subroutine. We are later in the furtherly, when we are moving further for the this chapter, that time you will get the clear idea of what is subroutine. Okay, now this is clear what is expansion and what are the types of expansion. There are the two types of expansion. It is not mentioned here, but there are two types of expansion. It may be called in your MCQ. So be clear. Yes, two expansions. One is lexical and second one is semantic. Fine. Now we are going for further with an example. If I'm saying that move value, suppose there is an example. If I'm considering the sequence of instruction should be used in order to increment your values, in order to increment the value in the memory and in the word also, that time when we consider that there are the three steps should be followed. There are the three steps should be followed. So first one मी काय करणार, suppose एखादा increment करायची मला value. Suppose एखादी value मला increment करायची माझ्या program मध्ये. तर पहिले मला काय करावं लागेल? That value should be moved from memory word. That value should be moved from memory word. And similarly, when I am saying that value of the from the memory I am going to replace in the register, then increment counter I will set, and then I will move that new value into my again in memory. I will move that value into again in memory, because मला counter बघायचा आहे, कुठपर्यंत जाणार आहे, कारण मी सेट केला असेल counter. Suppose 5 व्हॅल्यू दिली असेल. So for that purpose, move and move हे दोन कंडिशन झाले. पहिले मी काय करणार आहे, मूव करणार आहे व्हॅल्यू मेमरी मध्ये, परत काय करणार आहे, इन्क्रीमेंट करणार आहे. जी व्हॅल्यू मेमरी मध्ये आहे ती इन्क्रीमेंट करणार आहे थ्रू युजिंग रजिस्टर, अँड अगेन आय एम रिप्लेसिंग दॅट व्हॅल्यू इन टू माय मेमरी. तर हे तीन गोष्टी होतात, मूव, ऍड आणि मूव. तर हे काय झालं, रिपिटेशन झालं. अँड फॉर दॅट पर्पज आय यूज द मॅक्रो एक्सपान्शन. फॉर दॅट पर्पज आय एम युजिंग मॅक्रो एक्सपान्शन. इज इट क्लिअर? Yes, reply in chat if it is clear. कधी आपण macro use करतो. because whole chapter is on macro and macro processor. And those are recently joined. I am sorry, but those are from the beginning. Please reply. Yes. Are you getting my point? What is macro and macro expansion we are dealing with? Anybody can reply in chat. I am waiting for your reply.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So when I'm going to call this function, means when there is a repetition, that time, in order to make my time and process consumption should be less, and the time utilization should be less, that time I'm going to call macro. Fine. With an example also we are going to see. Don't worry, only the theoretical concept we have to get clear. After that, we are going to move further for example also. Now, the main motto we had that in when we are going using the macro, we were having two functions, that is macro and macro expansion. So repeatedly, if I'm calling macro, then I'm making it expandable, And when that expandable condition is in such a condition that it should get defined in two parts. The first part was your lexical expansion. Second was your semantic expansion. Yes, we had seen the macro definition with these two conditions. Now, the next point is macro definition and call. Now, what is macro definition? Rightly, we had seen only the macro definition is nothing, but differently we called it as it is enclosed between your header and footer. Simply, if you are considering the macro definition, now this macro definition is totally different than this. It is only the macro's meaning. It is only the macro meaning. But macro definition, when I am calling, it is totally having a different meaning. That is nothing but it is enclosed in between header and footer. Macro definition, ज्यावेळेस मी macro call करणार आहे, त्याला कुठेतरी limitations असले पाहिजेत, त्यावेळेस मी macro definition देणार आहे. आणि macro definition is nothing but I am enclosing something in between. I am enclosing, जसं तुम्ही ब्रॅकेट मध्ये दिल्यानंतर ती कंडिशन काय असती? It is not valid, but it is meaning of that content. Yes, suppose मी इथं जर एखादा ब्रॅकेट दिला आणि त्याला काहीतरी त्याच्यात इनपुट दिला, तर तुम्ही काय समजणार? That is nothing but it is the meaning, but it is enclosed in between your bracket. It is enclosed in between your bracket. जर तुम्ही suppose एखादी इक्वेशन लिहिली 2 plus 3 into in bracket 2 plus 3 again. Yes, getting my point? If I am writing that 2 plus 3 into, yes, in bracket 2 plus 3, but you will solve first bracket. You will solve first bracket according to the board mass, isn't it? So there is some logic in order to solve that equation. There is some logic in order to solve that equation. And for that purpose, similarly, when I am saying the macro definition, it is nothing but it is enclosed between a macro header statement and macro end statement. Are you getting my point? ज्यावेळेस मी macro define करणार आहे, that time I need to start at some content and I should end with some content. त्याचा एक content parameters fix करायचा. Start केल्यानंतर म्हणजे suppose मी macro start म्हणलं, तर macro त्यावेळेस स्टार्ट होणार आणि जिथं मी macro end म्हणणार तिथंच त्याची definition close होणार. So this is nothing but your macro definition. Are you getting my point? Because when I am saying that it is enclosed between your header statement and it is also enclosed with your end statement. Macro definition काय म्हणते? It is enclosed between the header statement and a end statement. म्हणजे ह्या दोन्हीच्या मध्ये तुमचं macro define होणार आहे. Macro ज्याच्यासाठी तुम्ही काढलेलं आहे. आता मी तुम्हाला एक्झाम्पल जे दिलं फ्रुट्सचं. If I am giving an example of fruits, but there are different parameters also in fruits, because some are above earth growing and some are growing under earth. Yes, जमिनीखाली पण काही fruits असतात आणि जमिनीच्या वरती पण असतात, but त्यांना नाव different आहे. We called it as some different form, but maximum whenever considering it as a fruit, then they are in that category. But I am enclosing something. I am starting with something and ending with something, but defining that particular content in both that conditions. जसं तुम्ही वर्ड फाईल यूज करता, हेडर फुटर लावल्यानंतर त्याच्यावरती तुम्ही जाऊ शकत नाही, त्याच्यात लिहू शकत नाही काही. हेडर मध्ये तुम्ही काही लिहू शकत नाही, फक्त तुम्ही मेन्शन करू शकता जे फॉलो होणार आहे नेक्स्ट चॅप्टरला. यस, त्याच्या डॉक फाईल मध्ये नेक्स्ट पेजला जर तुम्हाला जायचं असेल आणि तुम्ही हेडर काहीतरी स्पेसिफाय केला असेल, then that time it is repeated, then it is similarly repeated, and that is we call as a macro. You can see in the word file there is a macro. Yes, so macro is nothing but I am repeating something with standard format. I am repeating something in standard format, and this is called as my macro definition. So whenever I am typically starting with the program, that time it is given with some conditions, means it will consist of, what will it consist of? Macro definition, if I am calling, what it includes actually. So it will be a prototype statement, maybe a model statement, one or more model statement, and macro preprocessor statement. These three we are going to see one by one with an syntax, okay? So are you getting this? What is macro definition is? Macro definition is nothing but it is enclosed with some header statement also, and it is also having the close, or you can say that it close at macro end statement. It close at macro end statement, and the macro definition includes macro prototype statement, one or more model statement, and macro preprocessor statement. So what is macro prototype statement then? So macro prototype statement ज्यावेळेस मी म्हणते तर त्यावेळेस त्याचा it will declare, you can say it will declare the name of the macro. Whenever I am saying macro prototype statement, then it will declare the name of that macro and the name of which kind of that parameter is passing. It is giving you the proper actual the definition also, means if I am using the prototype means I am defining its name, and also the parameters which I am using here in that prototype, that content we are having in our prototype statement. So when we have using this macro prototype, then it will include in, just wait, I will again move to word file. Wait a minute. I will share that also. Sorry. Wait. There is a macro. I'm not getting that. Just wait, I'm making a macro over here. Wait, I will share the screen overall. Where is my word file? Is it visible? Wait, I'm again sharing. Here I have created one macro. So how? Just wait, I will again delete it. In word file, if you want to see a simple logical of the program of macros in view, if you are opening your Word document, here in view, you will have a macro function over here. Is it visible? Just reply with chat box.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't unmute yourself, but okay, fine. So after clicking on here, you can see it is asking me for the macro name. So I have just given a Sweri as my macro name. Okay, just I am creating one thing. It is not over here. If you want to create a new, I will just ask you. It is asking me you want to replace the existing macro. So I don't want to replace this existing macro. If you want, okay, you can see here. I have just created a macro with documentation. If I am saying that with a documentation. So this is nothing but your macro I have created. And what is this? Sweri macro is nothing but it is starting something. This is the definition. It is starting with something and ending with some statement. It is ending with some statement. Now here just module, या मॉड्यूल मध्ये काय केलंय मी न्यू मॅक्रो मध्ये इथं मला आता कोड जनरेट करायचा आहे बट राईटली आय एम नॉट शुअर what type of code I should have written. Yes, what type of code I should have to write. Now here in this normal, when I'm saying that word object is creating, this is now my actual documentation. You can change the content over here, but rightly we need to just prototype काय आहे आपल्याला बघायचं आहे. तर prototype statement म्हणजे काय असते की इथं formally I am just giving, you can see here I am just giving here macro name which is nothing but my Sweri, which is nothing but my Sweri, that is my subject. Okay, so just I will write here macro name. Yes, and simply when I am going to initialize that content, initializing the same parameters, the parameters formally when I am going to show, so that for formal parameters I am going to pass. The formal parameters are nothing but you can say that increment, move, add, sub. ते पण देऊ शकता तुम्ही. Yes, so that is nothing but your formal parameters you are passing. Then formal specification you are giving. तर याच्यात आपण प्रोग्राम बघणार आहेत पण जस्ट एक डेफिनेशन माहिती असावी म्हणून आय एम जस्ट शोइंग यू. क्लिअर. नाउ सेकंड टाइप काय होता आपला? सेकंड टाइप काय होता? वन और मोर मॉडल स्टेटमेंट. वन और मोर मॉडल स्टेटमेंट. नाउ यू कैन सी हियर already I have just taken only one documentation, only one documentation. If you want more than that, you can import here. You can import from here and get exist with the same. आता इथं जे आहे डिक्लेरेशन एकच मॅक्रो मी जनरली कॉल केलेला आहे. And similarly, when you want more than that, you have to create the more prototypes with more parameters. So simply, this is nothing but again, त्याचा syntax कसा असेल? You have to pass the parameters name also with your parameter kinds. Means parameter kind kasha astil ki that will be actual parameter which you are going to include. So simply when I am saying this, wait, for that purpose I will write one program which will make you clear about what is macro definition. Yes, so macro. Okay, so I am incrementing something which will move or add, then move m, that is end. So this is nothing but I have given with conditions. Similarly, what actually this is macro we had given with the name of a Sweri here. So initialization, when I am going to do, the Sweri macro will generate. Sweri macro will generate, and this program I will use in another program. जर मला increment करायची असेल value आणि ती put करायची असेल कुठल्या तरी दुसऱ्या प्रोग्राम मध्ये, so simply I will call this program with name Sweri. ठीक आहे, कारण मॅक्रो इथं मी नाव दिलेलं आहे, बट इनिशियली व्हॉट आय हॅव गिवन द नेम टू माय मॅक्रो इट इज अ Sweri. सो Sweri मध्ये जर मी Sweri मॅक्रो कॉल केला तर इनिशियली हे सगळे स्टेप्स फॉलो होतील. लक्षात येते का? एखादा प्रोग्राम असेल तिथं मला इन्क्रीमेंट करायची, ऍड करायची आणि व्हॅल्यू मूव्ह करायची, तर जर मी तिथं फक्त हा मॅक्रो डिस्प्ले केला, हा मॅक्रो मी कॉल केला, तर फक्त या नावाने जरी मी कॉल केला, the whole these conditions will get run. Are you getting my point? Whenever Hello. Just we are getting that whenever I am calling this query, then these functions will automatically run. This is my macro definition. Okay. So when I am calling this macro definition, when I'm going to call macro definition for my repetition in my program, and simply if you are not that much accurately known about, so in our program, whenever there is a our practical is there, I will show you how that macro will generate. And this macro is nothing but in assembly language we are calling. In assembly language we are calling. And when these containts are get defined, that time the assembly language is nothing but the machine language will get exist. Yes, will get executed also, and you will see the result. So this is your macro definition. And whenever I am calling the macro, now this was the macro definition, but when I am going to call this, कधी call करायचं आहे? So by writing this macro name, म्हणजे कोणतं नाव? This, I am calling the macro definition. I am calling macro definition. म्हणजे आता एक जनरल एक्झाम्पल बघू. तुमच्या वडिलांच्या नावावरून तुम्हाला आता ओळखतात. Yes, simply the name of your father is initializing at your back. म्हणजे तुमच्या फर्स्ट नेम नंतर त्यांचंच नाव येतं. सो तुमची ओळख कुणामुळे? त्यांच्यामुळे. बरोबर आहे. तो सिमिलरली इथं पण जर मी क्वेरी फक्त टाकलं तर त्यांनी काय करणार आहे? हे सगळे ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करणार आहे. ओके. सो सिमिलरली कसं की तुम्ही ज्यावेळेस तुमचं सरनेम आणि नेम ऑफ युअर फादर इज गोइंग टू बी अटॅच विथ युअर नेम, then the peoples are resembling or means getting point or memorizing that you are son or daughter of that particular person. म्हणजे त्यांना लक्षात येतं, जरी तुम्ही पाहुण्यात रिलेटिव्ह मध्ये गेलात तर कुणाचा मुलगा आहे तर ते विचारतात. दॅट इज नथिंग बट द युअर आयडेंटिटी इज बाय द नेम ऑफ युअर फादर. यस. तो सिमिलरली इथं पण मॅक्रो ज्या वेळेस मी डिफाईन करते, ऑलरेडी डिफाईन आहे, त्याला नाव दिलेलं आहे. whenever I am taking only this part only, that is query only the part I am taking, then when I am going to call it, we call it as a macro call. This is the definition. I have included the definition with the start and with the end statement. This is my definition. And when I am going to call, that is nothing but I am initializing with only the name of your macro and calling this function, calling this whole function. Is it clear? Definition आणि कॉल मध्ये फरक कळला? मॅक्रो डेफिनेशन काय आणि मॅक्रो कॉल काय? डेफिनेशन मध्ये तुम्ही एंड आणि क्लोज स्टार्ट आणि एंड करता, ते झालं तुमचं डेफिनेशन. अँड त्याला जे काही तुम्ही नाव देता आणि तिथून जे कॉल करता त्याला मॅक्रो कॉल म्हणतात. येस. Reply in chat if you are feeling shy. Yes, anybody? Are you getting my point? समजतंय का काय चाललंय? मॅक्रो डेफिनेशन कशाला म्हणतात, मॅक्रो कॉल कशाला म्हणतात? ओके. Uses this concept instead of this, it will increase your space and also the line of code. Similarly, when we are saying that the macro is called, so simply we are considering only the macro definition or macro name is going to be called. So त्याच वेळेस macro expansion ज्यावेळेस मी म्हणते डिफाईन होतं त्यावेळेस तो कन्सिडर काय करतो? वी हॅव दीज प्रोटोटाइप्स. ओके, सॉरी, जस्ट वन मोर रिमेन, मॅक्रो प्रोसेसर स्टेटमेंट. तर इथे तुम्ही बघू शकता मॅक्रो नेम अँड फॉर्मल पॅरामीटर स्पेसिफिकेशन इज नथिंग बट मॅक्रो प्रोटोटाइप स्टेटमेंट, हाऊ आय एम गोइंग टू डिक्लेअर. Then similarly, when I'm saying the model statement, one or more model statement, it will having the assembly language. जे मी आता स्टेटमेंट दिलं होतं की assembly language मध्ये तुमचं मॉडेल स्टेटमेंट असणार आहे. And simply the macro preprocessor is nothing but it is using your macro expansion randomly. Also it will perform the auxiliary function. The auxiliary function is nothing but I am calling that processor. I am calling for that processor using whatever the assembly language we have put, whatever the code in the assembly language we had stated over there. I am performing that function with use of your expansion, with use of your expansion. So that is nothing but we called it as a macro call. आता इथं जे macro मी definition दिलेली आहे already. The macro call काय आहे तर writing the macro name in the mnemonic field of an assembly statement and calling that function and calling that function. So simply इथं मी हा सुक्त statement जरी नाव जरी दिलं तर माझा कॉल होणार आहे. मॅक्रोला जे काही नाव दिलेलं आहे in your assembly language, in your assembly language, instead of running this whole हे लिहिण्यापेक्षा मी या कॉलवर पण माझा प्रोग्राम रन करू शकते, माझा प्रोग्राम रन करू शकते. That is only the meaning. So here I have taken example for an incrementing of a value. So macro is called here incrementing. So this statement is given here with the explanation that how that increment is going to be. Memory should be placed in the memory मध्ये कुठली तरी व्हॅल्यू प्लेस केली, ती इन्क्रीमेंट केली आणि रजिस्टर मध्ये स्टोर केली. देन दॅट कंडिशन रजिस्टर्ड मधली परत व्हॅल्यू मी घेतली. इथं मूव्ह आर म्हणजे रजिस्टर्ड मधली व्हॅल्यू काय केली मी मेमरी मध्ये परत टाकली. नंतर ती ऍड केली कारण मी काउंटर डेफिनेशन काय माझी इन्क्रीमेंट करतेय, मी इन्क्रीमेंट करतेय. तर ती व्हॅल्यू परत ऍड झाली, काउंटर ऍड केला +1 नी. Yes, then again that value is incremented and put in the register. Then that registered value again put into the memory. म्हणजे move, add आणि move हे तीनच गोष्टी आपण केलेल्या आहेत. मग प्रत्येक वेळेस मला ही लिहायची गरज आहे का? नाही. मग मी काय कॉल केला फक्त मॅक्रो. Yes, the definition of the macro INCR is given below. तर हा जे मॅक्रो नाव दिलेला आहे INCR, that is nothing but I am calling these macro function over here in macro call. आता इथं त्यांनी पॅरामीटर्स सांगितलेले आहेत. मेमरी व्हॅल्यू, इन्क्रीमेंट व्हॅल्यू अँड रजिस्टर आर ओनली द 3 parameters. Only the 3 parameters. That is the prototype statement we are indicating. And similarly या 3 मध्येच आपल्याला काम करायचंय. या 3 मध्येच आपल्याला काम करायचंय. व्हॅल्यू मेमरी मधली इन्क्रीमेंट करा, ती व्हॅल्यू आणि रजिस्टर मध्ये स्टोअर करा. हेच आपण करतोय. मूव्ह आर, ऍड, मूव्ह एन. These are only the model statement. They are considering this as a model statement. आणि इथं आपण प्री प्रोसेसर यूज केलेला नाही. बिकॉज मॅक्रो फंक्शन आपण मोठ्या प्रोग्राम मध्ये नाही केलेला, तर एक मॅक्रो फक्त डिफाईन केलेला आहे. त्याच्यामुळे इथं प्री प्रोसेसर यूज करायची गरज पडली नाही. कळलं? नाउ द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट दॅट इज नथिंग बट द मॅक्रो एक्सपान्शन. जस्ट त्याच्या आधीच मी तुम्हाला एक्सप्लेन केलेलं आहे की व्हॉट इज मॅक्रो एक्सपान्शन अँड व्हॉट इट इज डिलिंग विथ. तो मॅक्रो एक्सपान्शन 2 टाइप मध्ये आहे, लेक्सिकल एक्सपान्शन आणि सिमेंटिक एक्सपान्शन. पहिल्याच वेळेस ज्यावेळेस स्टार्ट झालं त्यावेळेसच मी तुम्हाला एक्सप्लेन केलेलं आहे व्हॉट इज मॅक्रो एक्सपान्शन अँड व्हॉट इट हॅव्हिंग इट्स ओन डिफरंट टाइप्स. So 2 kinds of expansions are over there, that is lexical expansion and semantic expansion. So lexical expansion kasha related hai? Your characters of the string and the parameters and also the body of code. Body of code, it is including the lexical expansion, while the semantic expansion is, so you can see here just what is a lexical expansion with a proper definition. I am replacing the occurrence of your formal parameter by corresponding the actual parameter. So considering this macro definition, macro is called here with statement, start statement, increment, the same program. Now here you can see the considering the macro call statement on INCR. So जेव्हा मी increment म्हणते, so it will considered as A registered, B registered and the registered value of your A registered should be get located. तो फॉर्मल पॅरामीटर आणि व्हॅल्यूज कशा जातील बघा. मेमरी व्हॅल्यूज कुठे स्टोर होणार आहे? या रजिस्टर मध्ये. इन्क्रीमेंट व्हॅल्यू कुठे स्टोर होणार? बी रजिस्टर मध्ये. आणि ऍक्च्युअल रजिस्टर मध्ये कोणती व्हॅल्यू स्टोर होणार? आफ्टर इन्क्रीमेंट इन ए रजिस्टर. येस, तो जरी मी इथं ए मेमरी व्हॅल्यू कन्सिडर करत असेल या पॅरामीटर्स मध्ये, इथं फॉर्मल पॅरामीटर मध्ये जे मेमरी व्हॅल्यू दिलेली आहे, तर या व्हॅल्यूज या रजिस्टर्स मध्ये जे स्पेसिफिकली स्टोर करणार आहे, तर तिथं न करता मी काय करणार आहे? डायरेक्टली परत एकदा ती मूव्ह कुठे करणार आहे? यार ए रजिस्टर्स मध्ये, ए रजिस्टर मध्ये. लक्षात येतंय का? सो दिस इज नथिंग बट युअर लेक्सिकल एक्सपान्शन जस्ट फॉर अवर पर्पज. म्हणजे हे एवढं तुम्हाला टीप मध्ये तिथं प्रोग्राम मध्ये नाही लिहायचं, फक्त तुम्हाला या फॉर्मॅट मध्ये असेंब्ली प्रोग्राम असणार आहे. आणि इथं तुम्हाला फक्त लेक्सिकली which parameters of characteristics you are replacing only we are going to show. Clear? Now the next point, that is the second expansion, was semantic. So semantic expansion कसा असेल? That is nothing but I am just getting the macro lead with your opcode. जर मी sequence number आणि opcode जर define करत असेल and instructions are going to be replaced, then that conditions are going to be checked in your semantic expansion. They are checked in semantic expansion. Similarly, whenever we are having these expansion type, and you can see here, there is some changes in the prototype statement. There is some changes in the prototype statements. आता prototype म्हणजे कसं, इथे जसं तुम्ही यूज केलं होतं फॉर्मल पॅरामीटर्स, लेक्सिकल मध्ये स्ट्रिंग्स यूज करतात, आपण स्ट्रिंग यूज करतो, कॅरेक्टर स्ट्रिंग्स वी आर युजिंग, बट इन द semantic we are using opcode, numbers, sequence and opcode of the instruction. So like that you can see here, macro, it is called here clear, ampersand x and ampersand n, they are both different types, or you can say these are labels also, but labels la apan numbers deto, we are not calling it as a label, but just a memory location I have called LCL ampersand m. Then this ampersand at this location is stored here. That is, I need to set it to 0. Then that value should be moved to the registered, and that is called that A register should be having initial value 0. त्याला 0 करायचंय. जरी काही व्हॅल्यू असेल तिथे तर ती इरेज करून तुम्हाला इनिशियली काय करायचंय, त्याला 0 ला सेट करायचंय. Then that conditions is again that value should be moved. Which value should be moved? That is the registered, which is now at a 0 condition, means त्याच्यात काहीच व्हॅल्यू नाहीये. I am going to replace that values with the proper name. And simply here the addition perform. Here addition perform केलेली आहे, but इथं मी add लिहिलेलं नाहीये कुठे. Yes, string नाही use केलेली. I am just using the opcode, sequence and numbers. Clear? Then this is whole is nothing but your assembly form. This is whole nothing but your assembly program. The assembly program मध्ये अशाच व्हॅल्यू इथे यूज करतात. When I am using the semantic expansion, that time it is differ with your name, sequence and opcode. Yes, are you getting my point? Now this is only general semantic expansion. तो कसा शो होतो, आणि जेव्हा तुम्ही लेक्सिकल बघितलं तर इथे कसं शो होतं. तर इथे कॅरेक्टर स्ट्रिंग्स होत्या, इथे opcode and all these conditions are given. Suppose ampersand x is having some opcode value different. Opcode value काहीतरी असेल, परत ampersand n, it is also having an opcode value. Then they are getting at some locations. We are generalizing and we are getting it with some numbers. We are getting it with some numbers without any string, proper string. So this is nothing but I am considering the macro call in my semantic expansion. But when the expansion time is getting control, when this micro expansion time, when it is getting control, that time that will lead to the expansion time control flow. कारण एका फ्लो मध्ये ते राहणार नाहीये. It is deliberately changing its time also and its flow also. So when it is determining, we have to consider the order in which that model is going to be moved. Because जसं तुम्ही trace करता, whenever you are using C language and for tracing, you are using the F7 key. So simply that flow will be same, but at a particular point it will change its flow. At a particular point, it will change its flow. So similarly, whenever I am going to call the macro, it is changing its sequence also sometime. So that we called it as an expansion time control flow. That time we are calling it as an expansion time control flow. So it will determine the order in which my expansion is flowing. It will determine in which my expansion time is going to be flowed during my macro expansion. And that flow, it should be considered sequentially. That flow should be considered as sequentially. So it will show here with some definition. So What is that expansion time control flow? It will determine the order in which the model statement are visited during macro expansion. एक्सपान्शन टाइम फ्लो म्हणजे जेव्हा आपण एक्सपान्शन करतो मॅक्रोचं तर 2 पॉइंट्स आपल्याला मॅन्डेटरी कन्सिडर करावे लागतात की तो कसा फ्लो होतोय, यस कोणत्या दिशेने फ्लो होतोय, व्हॉट इज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ इट्स फ्लो इन युअर एक्सपान्शन, and similarly I am considering the lexical substitution also. I am also considering the lexical substitution which is used in order to generate an assembly statement from a model statement. मॉडेल स्टेटमेंट मधनं काढून त्याला असेंब्ली मध्ये टाकण्यासाठी मला जो कंडिशन्स लागतात त्याला मी काय म्हणते लेक्सिकल सबस्टिट्यूशन. ह्या 2 पॉइंट्स मला मॅन्डेटरी आहेत ज्यावेळेस मी मॅक्रो एक्सपान्शन करणार आहे. लक्षात येत आहे? There is the 2 key notions of your micro expansion. First one is the expansion time control flow, and second one lexical substitution, which is going to used in order to generate the assembly statement from your model statement. हे जे काही तुम्ही दिलेलं आहे हे तुमचं मॉडेल प्रोटोटाइप आहे, मॉडेल स्टेटमेंट आहे, बट ह्याला मला प्लेस कुठे करायचं आहे? असेंब्ली लँग्वेज मध्ये. मला प्लेस कुठे करायचं आहे? असेंब्ली लँग्वेज मध्ये. You can see here I have shown you, this is your macro definition. Macro मी define केला इथं. हा macro या नावाने okay fine just where was we? Okay fine sorry for the disturbance. Just lexical substitution जे आहे ते तुमचं जे काही असेंब्ली स्टेटमेंट असणार आहे ते आपल्याला कन्वर्ट करायचंय असेंब्ली फॉर्मॅट मध्ये. कुठून घ्यायचंय तर मॉडेल स्टेटमेंट मधनं घ्यायचंय. तर इथं मी एक शो केलेला आहे फ्लो की हाऊ इट इज गोइंग टू बी रिप्रेझेंट. तो मॅक्रो डेफिनेशन इथं दिसतेय तुम्हाला, बरोबर आहे. आता आपण एक प्रोग्राम बघितला, त्याला कॉल करताना मी काय यूज केलंय? मॅक्रो कसा कॉल केलाय? या नावाने केलाय, इन्क्रीमेंट a,b,arg या मॅक्रोनी मी कॉल केलेला आहे. नाउ दॅट एक्सपान्शन विल लुक्स लाईक, कसं दिसणार आहे बघा. मूव्ह इनटू द रजिस्टर्ड विच व्हॅल्यू ऑफ ए मध्ये जी काय व्हॅल्यू असेल या रजिस्टर मध्ये जाईल. ऍड करायचंय कुणा बरोबर? बी मध्ये जी काय व्हॅल्यू आहे त्या रजिस्टर बरोबर. आता या रजिस्टर मध्ये याची व्हॅल्यू आहे, ए ची व्हॅल्यू आहे. ए रजिस्टर मध्ये कुणाची व्हॅल्यू आहे? ए ची व्हॅल्यू आहे. मग इथं आली व्हॅल्यू ए ची, रजिस्टर मध्ये ऍड करायचंय बी बरोबर. ए रजिस्टर मध्ये कुणाची व्हॅल्यू? ए ची. ए प्लस बी झालं इथं. ए प्लस बी झाल्यानंतर रिझल्ट कुठे परत स्टोअर करून सोडायचा आहे? ए मध्येच. मग ए मधला व्हॅल्यू कुठे असणार आहे तुमची? ऍक्च्युअल परत एकदा ए रजिस्टर्ड मध्ये. तर दिस इज नथिंग बट आय एम जस्ट एवढ्या लाईनचा कोड मी फक्त डिफाईन केला या 3 लाईन मध्ये विथ यूज ऑफ दिस कॉल. इज इट क्लिअर? तर हा फ्लो कसा झाला बघा, डिक्रीमेंट झाला. हा फ्लो इज जस्ट रिड्युसेस. एक्सपान्शन टाइम जो फ्लो आहे इट इज जस्ट get changed because this determine the order in which the model statement are visited during macro expansion. So how these models are going to be visited is shown in your expansion flow. And similarly, lexical substitution, what it will do, it will just change your format of model statement into assembly statement. Model statement जे आहे ते assembly statement मध्ये convert करेल. And that is nothing but these are the two key notion points of your macro expansion. Macro expansion जे दोन खूप मोठे notions आहेत, we have to consider. Yes, now when we are saying that flow of control during expansion, what actually it means? It is nothing but the default flow. You can consider it as a default flow of the control during your micro expansion, which is sequential, and simply whenever the processor is executing its program, whenever the program is going to be executed, then without considering your preprocessor statement, परत एकदा लक्षात घ्या, स्टेटमेंट बघा माझं काय, without considering your preprocessor statement, this model statement are visited sequentially with the starting and also with the ending. Yes, it is starting with some statement that is nothing but your macro prototype, and with the end is nothing but the end statement of your prototype statement, and which is going to be followed by, yes, by the macro call, without including your preprocessor, that is nothing but I am altering some flow of control with some expansion, and that flow of control during the macro expansion will be implemented as macro, which is, you can see, the macro expansion counter. We called it as a macro expansion counter, that is MEC. Okay, so this is shown with your macro expansion with these two key notions. Are you getting? दोन key notions आहेत. First one expansion flow, second is lexical substitution. The lexical substitution काय सांगतंय की मी काय करणार आहे, जे माझं कॅरेक्टर स्ट्रिंग आहे त्याला रिप्लेस कुठल्या लँग्वेज मध्ये करणार आहे, असेंबली लँग्वेज मध्ये. येस, दॅट इज लेक्सिकल सबस्टिट्यूशन, सबस्टिट्यूट करतोय काहीतरी. अँड एक्सपान्शन फ्लो म्हणजे काय, फ्लो ऑफ टाइम. फ्लो म्हणजे काय की तुम्ही कसे जाणार आहात, ट्रेसिंग कसं करणार आहात, दॅट जर इथे डिफाइन केलेलं आहे, दॅट विल बी शोइंग हियर. क्लियर? नाउ यू कॅन सी when I am saying the macro expansion counter, it is implemented during your flow of control. When we are saying that there is a flow of control during the expansion, we called it as a macro expansion counter, represented as MEC. And similarly, without considering the preprocessor statement, I can alter or I can go for, मी त्याला रिप्लेस करू शकतो. प्रीप्रोसेसर मला यूज करायचा नाही, I will replace it with some conditions, and that condition is nothing but the key notion point of flow of control during expansion. And you can see here, I will show you the outline, or you can say the macro expansion algo. Macro expansion फॉलो कसं करतो स्वतःला, म्हणजे त्याचा एक फ्लो कसा आहे, अल्गो काय आहे त्याच्यासाठी, की म्हणजे जर मला एखादं इनपुट ऍडिशन करायचे असेल तर ऍडिशन साठी पहिले मला काहीतरी व्हॅल्यूज घ्याव्या लागतात, दोन, ह्या मॅन्डेटरी आहेत. नंतर त्या व्हॅल्यू घेतल्यानंतर त्यांची ऍडिशन करायची, ऍडिशन केल्यावर त्याचा रिझल्ट कुठेतरी स्टोअर करायचा. दिस इज माय फ्लो, दिस इज माय अल्गो, इजंट इट? सो सिमिलरली फॉर मॅक्रो एक्सपान्शन ऑल्सो देर इज सम अल्गो. सो व्हॉट इज दॅट अल्गो? That is नंतर I need to set a counter. I need to set one counter for my first prototype statement, and similarly when I am saying that contents are to be followed, I need to pretend the start and end footers. म्हणजे स्टार्ट आणि एंड हे दोन्ही मला त्याचं मॅन्डेटरी स्टेटमेंट्स आहेत ते घ्यावी लागणार आहेत. दॅट इज नथिंग बट while statement pointed by MEC is not a MEND statement. म्हणजे जर काउंटर मी स्टार्ट केला तर त्याचा अर्थ असा नाही की एंड पण स्टेटमेंट लागणार तिथं. बट it is considered without using the preprocessor. I am dealing with the prototype statement. Without dealing with the preprocessor, I am dealing with the prototype statement. So there are the two conditions. You can see here, if a model statement, then जर ती model statement असेल, you can expand that statement and counter should be increased to 1. Otherwise, if it is not a model statement, then you can put a new value specified in that statement. That is, in the counter, you can place a new value and you can exit from that expansion. Then you can exit from that expansion. This is what we have. That is, MEC is pointing to some statements overall here. Yes, you can see here the MEC is set to the point at the statement which is going to be followed by your prototype statement. But after that it is incremented by 1. It is incremented by 1 after expanding the model statement. Yes, इथं जसं दाखवलंय आपण, if it is incremented by 1 if it is a model statement. Otherwise the execution of the preprocessor statement can set to a new value. If it is not a model statement, I am going to set a new value. I am going to set a new value which is going to be considered as lexical substitution. This is only the algorithm for your macro expansion. Okay, fine. Now, what is the lexical substitution is then? As key notions दोन होते point, एक तो flow होता, expansion flow time, and दूसरा होता lexical substitution. तर इथं तीन statements आहेत, तीन types of strings we are using. First one is add ordinary string, which stands for itself. Second is for the name of the formal parameters, which is preceded by ampersand. जे आपण तिथं वरती बघितलं होतं, ampersand दिलतं lexical साठी. लक्षात येते का इथे? हे ampersand लक्षात आलं का? आपण काय यूज केलेत? Opcode, sequence of number, and we are using this ampersand. चला तुम्ही and चं sign पण म्हणू शकता, but we called it as an amper. And third one is the name of the preprocessor variable, which is also preceded by the character ampersand. With the character ampersand. These are the three model statements for your lexical substitution. Is it fine? तर त्याच्यात पॅरामीटर्स पण बरेचसे आहेत. आता इथपर्यंत समजलंय का? ह्या पॅरामीटर्स जेव्हा आपण बघणार आहेत तर तीन पॅरामीटर्स खरं तर आहेत. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, whenever we are maximum mandatory 3 आहेत, and these 4 and 5th are just for our understanding. The 3 parameters कोणते आहेत? First, your positional parameter. Second is the keyword parameter. Third is the default parameter. Fourth, macro with mixed parameter. And fifth one is the other use of parameters. So these are nothing but they are different kinds of parameter we are having in our macro expansion. So types of parameter, when we are saying that positional parameter, are you getting my point? The lexical substitution having 3 types of string. The first one is the ordinary string, which resemble itself, which stand for itself. मी स्वतःसाठी उभा राहते ती string, म्हणजे which is going to be used on behalf of itself. ह्याच्यासाठी त्याला आपण काही sign वगैरे देणार नाहीत. It is just only similar to your this statement. You can see here in this program, here macro, it is stand for itself. It is stand for itself, but clear, it is stands for itself. This is ordinary string, but the string which is going to be preceded by this character ampersand x, these are nothing but the name of the formal parameter. Also, when I am saying that ampersand m separately, ampersand m separately here, also here, it is nothing but it is a preprocessor variable, name of a preprocessor variable. Yes, now you can say this is what our lexical substitutions was there, but with the help of this substitution, with the help of these strings, we are determining some parameter. The parameters are nothing but they are defined according to the requirement. So त्याचे requirements बघा, positional, keyword, default, macros with mixed parameter list, and other use of parameters. याच्याबद्दल पण तुम्हाला MCQ मध्ये विचारू शकतात. What are the types of parameter in macro expansion? And these are the options. Should be clear with the idea. We are having the 5 parameters, but mandatory 3 parameters आहेत त्याचे खरं तर, and these parameters are used according to the requirement. These parameters are used according to the requirement. Okay, so positional parameters काय, it is written with the ampersand. You can see here it is written with the ampersand and the parameter name. So example, it is given ampersand sample. So इथं जसं ampersand x लिहिलं, ampersand n लिहिलं, so that is nothing but your positional parameter, where sample is name of the parameter and actual parameter specification given with your ordinary string. आता ही ordinary string आहे. इथं जी दिली sample is nothing but a string and it is preceded by ampersand. It is preceded by ampersand. Is it clear about positional parameter? Are you clear with the positional parameter? What is positional?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now, what is the keyword parameter now? Keyword parameter काय आहे की ती की आपण जनरेट करणार आहेत with a keyword name in a bracket. Similarly, like this parameter name, but here ampersand is not used. But here ampersand is not used. Yes, you can see here. I will show you. Just wait a minute. Here, when I am saying the key parameters, this ampersand is not mandatory. It is not mandatory. Without this also you can use it. But when my strings, there are the condition when you are having the actual parameter specification with having the form xyz equals to the ordinary string. Now what is xyz? It is nothing but a general ordinary string which is standing for itself, and just wait. Okay, when I'm saying that the keyword parameters are generally formatting with your formal parameter and they are sequencing, they are formatting something. The actual parameter specification is included with your ordinary string. म्हणजे हे formal parameter name झालं, तुमचं sample हा नाव झालं, equals to whatever your ordinary string is given here. आता इथं ordinary string आपण आधीच्या ह्याच्यात position मध्ये काय दिलती, sample दिलतं. आता formal parameter name, it is given here. Suppose xyz is given, then xyz equals to your ordinary string. Means whenever I am saying that these positions are defined as एक इथं ordinary string च्या ऐवजी यांनी काय लिहितलं, इथं आता abc घेतलं एक्झाम्पल मध्ये, तर आपण काय म्हणू शकतो, xyz is equal to sample, equals to sample. The ampersand is not mandatory over here. In the keyword parameter, ampersand is not mandatory. But if you are resembling some parameters, formal parameter with ordinary string, then that time these keywords parameters are generated. And this is nothing but your actual parameter, which is immaterial. Which is immaterial means we are having this situation can be used for long list. जर मला multiple thousands of line of code जर generate करायचे तर असे parameters मी generate करू शकते and I can equalize it. Isn't fine? This formal parameters name I have given and I am equaling it with some ordinary string. Equaling with the ordinary string means instead of using that string, I can just write this parameter name. I can write this only the parameter name. So here there is an example given here over similar same example, macro increment move r add move m end. So this is my example. I have called macro definition is given here. Now what actually this formation is given in above example, the following macro calls are equivalent. मग कोणते कोणते equivalent आहेत बघा, INCR, memory value equals to A, increment value equals to B and register equals to AREG. तर याच्यातल्या व्हॅल्यूज इथंच जाणार आहेत आणि याची व्हॅल्यू इन्क्रीमेंट होणार आहे आणि परत ती व्हॅल्यू रजिस्टर मध्ये राहील. सो वी कॅन कॉल इट ॲज दीज ऑल आर इक्वलाइज्ड. इथं जसं दिलेलं आहे की पॅरामीटर नेम and similarly I am equaling with the ordinary string. So हे कॉल केलं काय, बी रजिस्टर मध्ये येणार आहे. हे कॉल केलं काय रजिस्टर, तर ए रजिस्टर मध्ये बाय डिफॉल्ट जाणार आहे. हे त्याचा अर्थ आहे. कळलं? कीवर्ड पॅरामीटर रजिस्टर म्हणल्यानंतर मी काय करणार आहे, ए प्लस बी जर मी लिहित असेल, A plus B equals to C, म्हणजे A plus B चा जो काही रिझल्ट असेल इक्वल्स टू C असणार आहे. म्हणजे A plus B, A equals to B, B equals to C, then A equals to C. हा concept जर तुम्हाला क्लिअर असेल तर that is the same condition we are having here for our keyword parameter. For our keyword parameter. Is it clear? Yes. Now the default specification, or you can say default parameter. The default parameter कोणाला म्हणतात? It will having an assumption. म्हणजे in the जेव्हा कुठला एखादा प्रोग्राम दिला असेल एक्सप्लिसिटली आय कॅन कन्सिडर इट एज अ डिफॉल्ट प्रोग्राम. आता जसं तुम्ही जर सी चा प्रोग्राम यूज केला तर बाय डिफॉल्ट काहीतरी प्रोग्राम्स एडिटर मध्ये असतात टर्बो सी मध्ये. सो यू कॉल्ड इट एज अ बाय डिफॉल्ट प्रोग्राम. आणि कुठलाही एखादं सॉफ्टवेअर तुम्ही कुठलंही, आता सपोज अँड्रॉइड जर तुम्ही ऑन केलं तर हॅलो वर्ल्ड, हॅलो हा प्रोग्राम बाय डिफॉल्ट तिथे स्टोअर केलेलाच असतो. सो सिमिलरली डिफॉल्ट पॅरामीटर्स आर नथिंग बट त्याच्यासारखंच की डिफॉल्टली आय एम अज्युमिंग समथिंग without explicitly giving the names. I am assuming something in my program. So that is called by default parameters. The parameters म्हटल्यानंतर इथं व्हॅल्यूज काय येणार? इथं व्हॅल्यूज काय येणार? They are given with some situation which are going to be useful when I am going to call the macro. And similarly the desired value, whenever the definition is going to be done, that time the different types of macro which are having their default values can be specified explicitly in our macro call. They can be defined explicitly in our macro call. This is nothing but I am having the default parameters content. So just I will show you with an example. Sorry, this was actually here. You can see the default standard assumption in the absence of explicitly specification by your programmer. I am going to initialize something. And these desired value can be specified explicitly in your macro call. So what actually the specification, how it is given, like ampersand, parameter name, parameter kind, and default value. This was the syntax of your formal parameter. This is the syntax of your formal parameter. Okay, so what is the default parameters sequences? So same example we had taken here. Now you can see when the macro is called equivalently, the INCR. The INCR is having the memory value equals to A as per our keyword parameter. So similarly, when I am saying the first call override to us as a default specification for the parameter BREG. आता इथं तुम्ही म्हणायला पाहिजे AREG पाहिजे. बट बाय डिफॉल्ट जर मी BREG दिला असेल, बाय डिफॉल्ट जर मी मॅक्रो मध्ये ऑलरेडी डिफाईन करून ठेवला असेल, तर व्हॅल्यू कुठे स्टोअर होणार? माझ्या B रजिस्टर मध्ये इन्स्टेड ऑफ A रजिस्टर. यस, द फर्स्ट ओव्हर कॉल मीन्स फर्स्ट कॉल विच इज गेटिंग ओव्हरराइड. आता BREG च्या ऐवजी काय होणार मग? AREG मध्ये बाय डिफॉल्ट जाईल. ती व्हॅल्यू इज नथिंग बट I am considering at the registered, the value going to be stored in our accumulator. आणि BREG मध्ये काय होणार आहे? It is just an override. I am just going to change the stored value result. जे काही माझी व्हॅल्यू जिथे स्टोअर होणार आहे ती व्हॅल्यू मी काय करते? चेंज करते. And at some different position. That is nothing but A register. इथं AREG येणार आहे. लेक्सिकल एक्सपान्शन जर त्या स्टेटमेंट मध्ये बघितलं मी कोडिंग थ्रू, तर काय होणार आहे बघा? AREG होणार आहे. अँड विच इज गोइंग टू बाय डिफॉल्टली स्टोर युअर व्हॅल्यू इन A रजिस्टर, नॉट इन B रजिस्टर. आता इथं तुम्ही देताना दिलं B रजिस्टर, मॅक्रो कॉल केला B रजिस्टर जो, पण फॉर्मल व्हॅल्यू ज्यावेळेस मी मूव्ह करणार आहे तो बाय डिफॉल्टली कुठे स्टोर होणार आहे? तुमच्या या रजिस्टर मध्ये. अँड दॅट इज नथिंग बट एक्सप्लिसिटली यू आर कन्वर्टिंग दॅट व्हॅल्यू. आता इथं मॅक्रो डेफिनेशन मध्ये चेक करा तुम्ही काय दिलेले मी इथं? registered equals to AREG. That value is going to be stored in A registered. It is mandatory. But while calling, what I have given, registered equals to BREG. Accordingly, that value will get replaced in your assembly language. That value will get explained, get changed in your assembly language. And similarly, that expansion of your model statement will get change over here. म्हणजे तुम्ही काय केलं इथं बाय डिफॉल्ट बी इथं ए रजिस्टर्ड होतं, त्याचं काय केलं तुम्ही इथं बी रजिस्टर्ड मॅक्रो कॉल मध्ये करून टाकलं. दॅट इज नथिंग बट डिफॉल्टली यू आर मेकिंग your statements to get change. Defaultly you are making your statements to get changed, and that is nothing but our default parameter. When I am saying that macro is with mixed parameter, आता macro जर mixed parameters through cover करत असेल स्वतःला, then what is nothing, it is going to change. म्हणजे मॅक्रो जर मिक्स्ड असेल पॅरामीटर्स, मिक्स्ड पॅरामीटर फोर्थ टाइप, तर त्याचा अर्थ काय की तुम्ही पोझिशन अँड युअर कीवर्ड पॅरामीटर्स आर गोइंग टू इन्क्लूड. मिक्स्ड म्हणल्यानंतर काय मिक्सिंग आहे. सो मिक्सिंग कुणाकुणाची आहे, बोथ पोझिशनल अँड कीवर्ड पॅरामीटर्स आर गोइंग टू बी डिफाइंड. In such cases the positional parameters must precede all keywords parameter. आणि कीवर्ड मध्ये काय असतं, ampersand तुम्ही म्हणता, बरोबर आहे. So each and every conditions in your mixed parameter list, macro with mixed parameter list मध्ये change होते, and that is defined with this example, that is a b registered equals to b registered as per given by default your macro call definition. It is get changed over here, and with the same sequence I am using this positional and keyword for my macro with INCR. INCR is going to include this call a b registered equals to b registered, because in positional I am giving with some values of ampersand preceding some values with your lexical subroutine जे आपण substitution म्हणलं होतं. तर with this help I am going to change, but with the keyword parameters I am going to equalize the values. म्हणजे कुणा बरोबर कीवर्ड पॅरामीटर मध्ये इक्वलाइज करणार आहे, with your formal parameter and your ordinary strings are going to be equalized, and that is nothing but your mixed macro with mixed parameter list. It is shown. Okay, so suppose you can say that a equals to b equals to g equals to 20 and h equals to any variable, h equals to suppose करा m. तर हे काय झालं तुमचं पोझिशनल पॅरामीटर, म्हणजे ए बी दीज आर पोझिशनल पॅरामीटर, वाईल जे आता मी घेतलं जी आणि एच दे आर द कीवर्ड पॅरामीटर. So corresponding between the actual and formal parameter is going to be established by applying something and applying the rules which are governing positional and keyword parameters separately, and that we called it as a mixing. म्हणजे इथं ए बी आणि इथं जे दिसतंय तुम्हाला रजिस्टर्ड BREG, A and B are nothing but the positional parameters. Registered equals to BREG is nothing but your keyword parameter, so which is equalizing something, which is going to be apply your positional and keyword parameters separately. And the last parameter type, that is nothing but the other uses of parameters, that is consisting other uses of parameters. We will have multiple concepts of all these parameters, means positional, keyword, default and mixed. So these all other types of parameters, what they are including here is nothing but we calling the consideration of your, yes, we are calling some parameters which are not restricted to your operand field. And suppose when I am going to state the model statement over here, these conditions, these are considering as a model statement for our macro expansion. These are considered for our macro expansion. Now here the example which is given with a definition, that is macro calculating something. What it is calculating? It is calculating some values, and suppose the ampersand, it is showing you the keyword, and also I am using the positionized values for my registers also. Then other uses of this parameter will state me to appear for expansion with the help of loop. आता इथे मी लूप नाही यूज केला, ऍड लॅब केलेला आहे, ampersand लॅब. दिस इज नथिंग बट आय एम लूपिंग हिअर ओव्हर हिअर इन एक्सपान्शन. तर एक्सपान्शन मला मॅक्रो जर असा डिफाईन करायचा असेल की लूप मध्ये फिरला पाहिजे, असाही प्रोग्राम पाहिजे, तर त्यावेळेस मी हे पॅरामीटर्स, अदर पॅरामीटर्स यूज करणार आहे. अदर पॅरामीटर्स मी यूज करणार आहेत फॉर माय प्रोग्रामिंग इन लूप. Considered this is nothing but the expansion parameter which are given for your programming in your macro expansion. कारण हे जे parameters आपण बघितले, they are nothing but we are calling with some consisting point of your considering the point of your system programming. Why? Because whenever the conditions are changing, whenever the parameters are changing, they are changing its value with their consideration, and which is dependent on your parameters type, and for that purpose we had seen the positional, keyword, default, and simply the macro with the mixed parameter list. Yes, and also the other use of parameter when we are going for the loop program. When we are going for the loop program, that time also we are considering it as the model, the new field for your model statement. And simply when I'm using the loop, we called the nested macro call. For our program. Yes, so before going for that particular point, तर फक्त लक्षात ठेवा, जर लूप प्रोग्राम मध्ये असेल, लूप जर काम करत असेल, तर त्या लूपचा एक फायदा आहे की लूप वन टाइम तुम्ही यूज करताय और रेगुलरली यू आर यूजिंग. सपोज इफ एनी एल्स कंडिशन है तो नेस्टेड इफ यूज करता. Why? Multiple times I need to call the function, and for that purpose, similarly when I am using the other use of parameters, then I need to use for a looping call for my macro. आणि macro मध्ये ज्या वेळेस मी कॉल करत असते repeatedly, and we will furtherly move for a nested macro call. We are using a nested form for my particular macro, and that nested macro is going to follow your last in first out rule. And that structure, when I am going to call for a nested loop, this is nothing but the expansion of your latest macro call, which is going to be complete first, though it is going to insert in the last formation, because already we know that it is going to follow the LIFO form or LIFO rule, that is last in first out rule. And similarly, when I'm going to call the nested macro call, it is constituting the call of another macros also. Means when I'm going to call a statement with a routine, and also we are constituting with many more macros in one form. And similarly, these formations will looks like the lexical expansion, and taking the lexical substitution, also the expansion flow time for my particular macro. So this was actually the whole history of our macro. So first of all, we had seen macro. What is macro? It is a unit of a specification of a program. Yes, and similarly, when the macro is going to be called, it is nothing but unit of a specification of a program generation through your expansion. And whenever I'm using the macro expansion, it is going to result in the two types. First was your lexical expansion, and second was your semantic expansion. So lexical expansion was nothing but it is imply the replacement of your character string by another character and during your program generation. And what was the semantic expansion? It implies what? The generation of your instruction which are going to be required for your program, which is manipulating the bytes or opcodes or words or numbers or sequence of your instruction. This was the expansion types of your macro. But furtherly we moved for the definition and call. So मी तुम्हाला दाखवलं पण होतं की whenever we are defining something that is called as a macro, then I need to define something in that macro. So this is called your definition. Whatever the code I am writing in that, it is my definition. And if I am calling with some particular name to this program, it is my call. This is my macro call. Then in Sweri, I have written some definitions, and in that definition, I call whenever I'm going to call this macro, whenever I'm going to call this macro, the automatic this program will get generated. This program will get generated. So this was my macro definition and macro call part. Then similarly we had move further की आपण पुढे काय बघितलं, मॅक्रो डेफिनेशन कोणत्या टाइप्स मध्ये असतात. मॅक्रो डेफिनेशन मध्ये देताना मला 3 स्टेटमेंट्स बघावे लागतात. द फर्स्ट was your prototype statement, second was your model statement, and third was your preprocessor statement. So prototype मध्ये काय होतं, it is declaring your macro name of the macro and name of the kinds of parameter I am using. This was your prototype. The model statement मध्ये काय होतं की model statement will have an assessment by language, assembly languages, which is going to be generated through macro expansion. And your preprocessor statement is going to use the auxiliary function which is going to be performed during macro expansion. हे 3 फॉर्म बघितले. त्याच्यानंतर आपण बघितलं macro expansion with a proper definition. तो macro expansion तर 2 फॉर्मॅट मध्ये होतं. एक तर expansion flow time, expansion of that is time which is going to control your flow, and second one was your the lexical substitution. हे 2 key notions होते कि whenever I am going to concern the macro expansion, I need to consider these 2 key notions. What? The expansion of the time and also its control flow, and second one was your lexical substitution. Second was your lexical substitution. So इथे आपण बघितलं की what that expansion time control flow, it will determine the order in which your model statement is going to be visit through your means during your macro expansion. That is nothing but I am going to trace how my macro is going to be work. And second was your lexical substitution, which is going to use the generated as a way to Okay, fine. We are having these 2 conditions. So lexical substitution मध्ये काय होते की assembly language चे जे स्टेटमेंट आहे ते आपण कन्वर्ट करून घेणार कुणाकडून, तर मॉडेल स्टेटमेंट असतं त्याच्याकडून आपण कन्वर्ट करून घेतो असेंबली मध्ये. and that is nothing but we are representing with your lexical formation. Okay, so these conditions were repeated with some algorithm. मग आपण एक अल्गो बघितला होता. तर अल्गो काय स्टेट करत होता की जर तुमचा मॅक्रो एक्सपान्शन मध्ये आपण MEC यूज केलं होतं, that is nothing but macro expansion counter. Yes, there is also one question for your MCQ जर क्वेश्चन्स आला तर हे पण येऊ शकतं की whenever there is the flow of control during the macro expansion is implemented by, that is nothing but we are using macro expansion counter where we can check the flow of my control and how I am going to expand that expansion and how that flow will be get controlled during that expansion. So for that purpose we are using macro expansion counter. Okay, so that is nothing but we are having and one algo for that expansion की counter पहिले आपण statement काय होतं की we have to set the point at the statement following the prototype statement and it is incremented by 1 after expanding your model statement. Then later it will execution of your preprocessor statement can set to that MEC +1 to a new value if we are not going for the condition of first one. Just suppose it is not going to be end, with this condition the model statement will get expand and the counter value will get incremented by 1. Otherwise the expansion value, the execution of the preprocessor statement will get set a new value to implementing my conditional expansion, or you can say the expansion time loop will get executed with some new values. तर जर ही कंडिशन सॅटिस्फाईड नाही झाली इथपर्यंत तर आपण काय करणार होतो, MAC ची न्यू व्हॅल्यू स्पेसिफाय करणार होतो and later we are going to execute that macro expansion. This was your actual algorithm, you can say, for or the outline for your macro expansion. Is it clear? Now that after that we had seen the lexical substitution. आता हा झाला कंट्रोल फ्लो एक्सपान्शन साठी. देन लेक्सिकल सबस्टिट्यूशन चे तीन टाइप्स होते स्ट्रिंगच्या. फर्स्ट वन वॉज युअर ऑर्डिनरी स्ट्रिंग विच स्टँड फॉर इटसेल्फ. सेकंड वॉज युअर formal parameter which is preceded by the character ampersand, and third was your name of the preprocessor variable which is also preceded by your ampersand. So you can see here we had seen these three statements, the first one, second one and the third one. तर पहिली ऑर्डिनरी स्ट्रिंग होती, दुसरी फॉर्मल पॅरामीटर होती आणि तिसरी होती ती प्री प्रोसेसर व्हेरिएबल होती. And both these, the second two were are having the preceding form with the character ampersand. They are denoted with that formation. Okay, later we were consider the rules in order to define these parameters, these formal parameters, on which kind of that parameters are they dependent. तर त्याच्यासाठी आपण पॅरामीटर्स बघितले. तर पॅरामीटर्स 5 आहेत, ऍक्च्युअली 3 हे मॅन्डेटरी आहेत and these the fourth and fifth where we are using with our purpose for considering our macro expansion. The first was your positional parameter, second was your keyword parameter, third was your default parameter, fourth macro with mixed parameter list in which we are using this positional parameter and keyword parameter, and last the other use of the parameters which can be considered for our purpose. Yes, so simply when we are considering the positional parameter, we were having one parameter name with example. You can say that ampersand sample. The formal positional, the ampersand is representing its position. So whenever these keywords we are using, the actual macro is going to be called with that parameter sign. So example आपण बघितलं होतं ampersand sample. The ampersand is nothing but the position and the parameter name we had given a string. So ही झाली तुमचा एक positional parameter साठी. Then we went for our call of the second parameter, that was your keyword parameter. So keyword parameter मध्ये काय दाखवलं होतं की आपण जे काय formal parameter use करणार आहे, it is going to be equalized with your ordinary string. It will be equalized with your ordinary string. And here simply we had taken example of XYZ and the ordinary string we had resembles ABC. So XYZ is equals to ABC. It is just like the keyword. Means instead of ABC, I can also use XYZ, or instead of XYZ, I can use ABC. This is the actual parameter which is immaterial, and the situation of this parameter will be listed over here with your macro expansion and macro programming. जर मी parameter तसा use केला तर. Now the next one was the default parameter. डिफॉल्ट पॅरामीटर त्याचा आपण एक्झाम्पल बघितलं होतं की बाय डिफॉल्ट वी आर गोइंग टू स्टोर द रिझल्ट इन द ए रजिस्टर, but you can specify, you can call the macro as you are going to store the value in your B register. So similarly, whenever my macro is going to be called, whenever the macro is going to be called, then that time you can see here in this diagram, whenever I am going to show that definition is defined like this, but I am calling with this formation, then that time my macro will have the lexical expansion model statement with the considering the same, but the register will get changed with the parameters, and it will consider it as a by default it is the macro is defined. आता इथं जसं मी macro by default दिला होता, कारण हा macro मी चेंज करू शकते परत, पण मला क्रिएट करावं लागेल नवीन. हा मी नाही चेंज करू शकत, पण हा डिलीट करू शकते. बट मी चेंज कधी करणार, जर मला न्यू डॉक्युमेंट आणि न्यू प्रोग्राम मध्ये मला माझा प्री डिफाईन्ड मॅक्रो कॉल करायचा असेल, तर दिस वॉज बाय डिफॉल्ट आय हॅव केप्ट, अँड I need to change only the internal content only I need to change. That time I will call the default parameters will going to be considered in our expansion, and macro with mixed parameter list. The fourth one will consider your positional and keyword parameters combinedly, and that will be considered with the values similar, but only the particular content you need to consider is you have to follow the expansion rule and the control flow time of your macro. Okay, and last one was your other use of the parameters. When I am using, it will be considered as only in the operand fields. If you want to use the macro, you can use in operand fields also. If, however, use of these parameters is not restricted to these fields, operand fields that is restricted as असं नाहीये, but you can go for it. And also the formal parameters can also appear in the label and opcode fields of your model statement. And similarly, whenever we are having these types of statements, we called the variation in our calling of your program. So you can see here like this. Multiple time you can call. This is the use of your multiple, or you can say other use of parameters. Many of your parameters can called in a single line, in a single code. So this statement will include the execution of all this one, and the looping, it will considered the example, and the loop will get operated over here. That is nothing but the AND OP, that is ampersand OP equals to multiplication. So here the multiplication program will get defined. Yes, you are using in a less lines of code. जर हे less lines मध्ये तुम्ही काय केले, multiple codes you are running, that is nothing but other use of parameters. This is nothing but you are using multiple operations in a single line with execution of a looping, and that is nothing but we called it as a nested macro call. We called it as nested macro call, and nested macro call we are going to see in the next session. Is it clear? Now put the attendance in the chat box fast. Roll number 1, A division. First you have to put, then B division. Fast. In the next lecture, we are going to see the nested macro call. But before coming to the session, you need to be get prepared, because no one is responding. It is quite shameful. After a long time, we are pretending to take our lectures. So it is mandatory. You should have some basic concept should be cleared with you also, not from my side itself. Refer books. If you are from proper place, visit college, take books from the library. First of all, A division will get put out the marks and later the B division. Don't mix up. Okay, if anybody is having doubt, you can ask me right now. If no, we will stop. I will stop my sharing. And similarly, I will share the PDF file also in the chat. PDF file of the chapter, this chapter, that is third chapter, I will sharing. Just take it from here. So on the what we can say, in the group also I am later sharing it. Similarly, in group also I am sharing this chapter. I think so. First two chapters PDF already shared. Anyone can reply whether it is shared or not. Is it shared? The first two chapters PDF already shared in the group. Reply yes, no. Okay, again, I will share the same thing for our purpose also. Similarly, 3 chapters notes already I have shared with you. Just go through that. Okay. One, two, and 3 already I have shared. Please go through that, and basically also the multiple choice questions. Simultaneously, I will share the zip file. You have to just take into consideration of all these. You have to write down and you have to submit the assignments also of 1, 2, and 3 chapter. You have to write all the MCQ questions. I have to submit that. I will provide the link soon on that. Clear? Okay, we will stop here. Thank you.